Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is May 29, 2015, and today is Friday. So looking at the economic calendar today, well, starting out, we have the continuation of the G7 summit between the largest countries in the world, including U.S., Germany, France, Great Britain, Japan, and a couple of others that are basically discussing their monetary policy internationally. So that is happening all day today. So it hasn't really affected the markets that much, but we'll look into that a little bit further on. And then at 2:30 South African time, you have a Canadian GDP number coming out and a USD proposed preliminary GDP number coming out. So those are the two numbers that are coming out later in this afternoon. But let's start with the EURUSD. As we spoke about it earlier this week, we said that it may we may hit certain thresholds, and sure enough, we did. If you can see here, let's just use a tool. We had this baseline right over here that we didn't bounce over, and then we broke it at about right here. The next neckline was about right here. We had challenged it once before. We couldn't break it. We had a little bit of a neckline there. And that's exactly what happened here. It became support, as you can see right here, and we bounced right off. So I would say the next resistance for the EURUSD is 110, 110 flat, I would say. And then the next further resistance up on the board is 111. So let's see how far this can go. It may even hit it today, depending on the news that comes out. You have two options here. It's closer to the line than it is on the downside. So yeah, all in all, it was a nice play. Okay, if you were able to catch this on 108, you could have made 120 pips. Okay, just in the past couple of days. So not a bad, not a bad trade at all, as you can see here on the graph. Let's look at the other symbols. Right now, let's look at the Dow. The Dow, not much of a day yesterday, but as you can see, it's really flatlined. Really didn't do much. It was a little bit volatile within the day, but as you can see, really not trading above this level. I wonder if it'll falter today. Okay, this is a little bit of a resistance right now. We came in at this support at 18,030, let's say. We bounced off of it, and now we're at 18,135. The question is, can we take this higher? Can we see this taken higher? I'd like to see that. I mean, we're going into the summer months of June next week, so let's see how this unfolds. It should be quite interesting. Looking at oil, we dipped, as we said, below $60, and we're just below it. Perhaps we're going to falter here. Maybe this was like a head and shoulders. Okay, let's see if that actually fruites, and we'll go down back to $56 level. But as you can see, it is in somewhat of a downward, trend. So let's see if it does, break out this level right here to fill in. But I think it's still very weak, and I think we're going to hit it at 56 sometime next week. So keep this on your radar. Looking at some of the other currencies out there, symbols, the GBP USD is also noteworthy. We retraced big time yesterday, and we broke this 154 level, and now we're siding at 153. This would be somewhat of a support, I would say, right here, and I would anticipate it to perhaps bounce to 154 as the dollar has gotten a little bit weaker across the board. But as you can see, the dollar is still very, very strong compared to the GBP. Looking at gold right here, we retraced down to 1189 at the bottom of the move right here, and we're just consolidating. So perhaps we'll see some sort of a bounce next week. Remember, I've been very much saying that this has been trading in a range, and you could have played the ranges since March. As you can see here, it's been trading in this tight range. So there is opportunities in it. You just have to make sure that you're very careful about your timing, that you're getting in at the bottom of the range and you're getting out at the top of the range. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a great trading weekend. Thank you.